Hello, everybody, and welcome to Hardcore Heroes Otherside. How are you guys doing today?
Good.
I'm doing pretty good.
Mhm.
Yeah. How's the week been treating you?
I'm looking at my Steam list right now to remember what I've been doing.
What about school? What about work? What about
Uh,
family, social things?
I don't have a social life, Neil. I don't have work. I
oh,
don't
you go ahead
have
and mark that
school
one
for
off,
now.
and then
My school,
I don't know.
my
Everything else just isn't interesting.
yeah.
Like you
I
start playing a game and you're like, I could talk about programming, or I could not. It's
Well,
kind
what
of.
have you been programming? Let's figure out a little bit more about who Sean
I've been
really
working
is.
on learning PHP recently.
Ah.
Yeah, that's been fun. It's weird. It's kind of like C for dummies. Is what it feels like. It's like C, but it's a little less stringent in what it expects you to do. Like you don't have to declare a variable as a specific type. You just say this is a variable. I'm going to do whatever I want with it. And PHP is like, oh, okay. Whereas with C, you have to be very specific what you're doing with this variable. You can declare. I guess you could declare something as a void star star, but you're getting into really complicated shit if you want to just have something be like a generic variable.
Well, this conversation's already over my head.
Yeah. See, this is why I don't talk about programming.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well,
Other
what?
than that, I've been working on learning Crusader Kings too. I'm very confused. I don't really understand what's going on. And then I got the Humble Bundle and I tried out Warhammer Vermintide because it looked kind of cool. It's kind of shit.
What?
Yeah, it's like Left 4 Dead, but with no weight to any of the combat.
What?
There's like when you swing a weapon, it's just like there's no impact behind anything you do. You're just kind of like chopping away at minions who just like fall away from your swings. Like nothing feels impactful when I play it. I was playing the dwarven guy with the shield and I just kept forgetting to block because nothing that I did felt impactful.
I agree that the enemy's attacks don't feel impactful, but your attacks definitely do, since the animations, because almost all of your attacks stagger enemies. Anyway, I don't want to get into this discussion. It would probably take too long. My week was okay, I guess. Room hunting is not going well. But I still have half a month's time, so
You'll find something.
yeah, I find a place. Also playing some Crusader Kings 2, not much, just slowly getting into it, starting as Iceland, getting invaded by Norway.
Oh, see, I went with Ireland because I heard it was like Newbie Island. And then I started, but you're like tribal when you start out as Ireland, and I really don't understand what I'm supposed to do to stop being tribal and adopt feudalism. So I'm just kind of like I'm stuck with a bunch of savages, and I don't know how to reform them properly. I need to learn how to be more European.
Also started playing some Medieval 2, NCK. Started shit posting on Discord, just Crusade memes on Discord, like I'm doing now in chat. Just because. Yeah.
Well, that sounds like it's been a productive and an exciting week for everybody. So let's figure out what happened last week. It was fairly eventful in many regards.
Yeah.
Let's hit the highlights.
Yeah, so we started. Van left a note for Malachi, or 3 notes, I guess. But then everybody boarded a ship and started to sail off for Heatstroke. But we got like a couple of miles out of Shirebrook when we noticed that the ship wasn't moving anymore.
Yeah. Are there any theories as to why that was yet?
Kind of like it was tethered by a rope.
Yeah. You described it as it being tethered to Shirebrook, or somewhere to that area. So
one issue is that the water was trailing behind us as if we were moving, but then we weren't actually going anywhere. So one possibility is the water outside of the ports just gets incredibly torrential all of a sudden, or that we're just like moving forward and then snapping back into place.
Okay. All right. What other big things happen? Oh, do you have another theory?
Or the realm stretched while we're moving in some place. So, something, it seems like either something didn't want us to go really fast to Heatstroke, or it was just impossible to get the ship to a certain distance from Shirebrook.
Yeah, interesting. Okay. What other big things happened last week that we should note?
We managed to purify some food and actually eat food for the first time since we got here. But despite that, people started dying from starvation. And on the trip to Heatstroke, we had a few battles where a few people died. But now we're starting to lose most of our people to starvation.
Yeah.
And cannibalism.
Cannibalizing the dead.
Yes.
Not us. We don't need to eat.
Yeah.
But others. And maybe the most important thing you skipped over. You were able to establish contact to cheese proper.
Mm-hmm. So
because it was the cycle of the full moon.
Yeah, so we were traveling, and at one point, Elise brought up with Van Helsing about the moon cycles, and if Van happened to know what point of the lunar cycle we were on, and Van managed to use Harvest Moon to determine the phase of the lunar cycle. The blade's magical, and it has all of the phases of the moon going in different sections on it, and he's able to use right around the time of the full. Right around the time of the full moon, sorry. It starts to glow right around the almost full moon and then also on the full moon.
Mm-hmm.
And when it was full moon, we were actually able to contact our deities and learn spells.
And
But the reasoning being that the veil between the, I guess not astral plane, but like the planes of the gods is thinnest during the full moon.
Yes. What else happened?
Kain sent some workers to gather wood and research javelins. So he produced some javelins for the people without arms. Quite a lot, actually. Open the character sheet. I think it was something around 40 or 50.
31.
Yeah, those javelins did work. It went from like us fighting. I think we lost 13 people the first time we fought those wombats, and then we next time we fought the chomp bats, it was I think we lost 3. So it was despite even being lower in number, those javelins did work. We got a lot of kills.
Mm-hmm.
Also, first Van, he did not tell Kain. Did he tell me? No, Van did not tell Kain, but he noticed that Kain's complexion cleared up for some. Yeah. He looked nicer a bit. He was not already good looking, but he looked nicer.
Mm-hmm.
And
almost more doll-like, like he was made out of plastic.
No.
Just like getting so clear.
No. It was just his complexion
shiny,
clearing up.
You could see your reflection in Kain's skin.
On the other side, after we arrived in Heatstroke, then immediately you did go to a house and started to cast no age, an object in it. And Kain noticed that something in Van's appearance changed. He stood a bit hunched over. His skin was dry and flaky. He's constantly scratching himself. And I think that is where we stopped. Oh, and we scryed on Malachi. And he noticed.
Oh, yeah, we did do that. Van Helsing scryed on Malachi. And because intelligent people are very quick to notice that they're being scryed on, Malachi spotted it. I've got a feeling that he thinks it was probably some sort of creature on the other side, but I mean, either way, we did still make first contact.
He was sitting in a forest and reading books.
Yeah, like a nerd.
Okay. And last but not least, you guys arrived in Heatstroke.
Yes.
After pushing your way through the desert.
Yes, and we're currently, we went into a house and Van is going to be casting No Age on some piece of furniture in the house.
Right. Is there anything else before we get there, before we hop right into game?
I don't think so. I think we covered it.
We made the people our plan clear that we wanted to investigate the keep first and then go to the temple, because Mother Elise had a bad feeling about the pyramid and about the town.
Oh yeah, Mother Elise said that she noticed a presence in the town, kind of
and
monster.
We of course immediately snapped, it's a pyramid. Of course it's in the pyramid or in the temple.
Yeah, of course it's the shadow dragon is in the temple.
It's the obvious thing. Yeah. If there's a pyramid in town, you have a bad feeling. It is in the pyramid.
Maybe it'll be like Smog, stuck inside of the pyramid, can't get out.
Well, I mean, it is the holiest site in all of Eridon, and there's a reason you're going to it. There's got to be And there's a bad feeling about this place. Yeah, there's something. A pyramid. All right, let's hop into game.
Yes.
So, oh yeah.
Okay. Also, we want to Zerg rush whatever is in there.
Sure.
Okay. So, Van Helsing, you come into one of the very first houses. Look around. What is it that you want to cast No Age on?
So that's what we ended with, like Elise and Van discussing what would be the best item for this. I think it's just gonna be like a table or something like that. Because I'm specifically trying to target furniture.
Okay.
Because I don't think I can target like a house or something.
Sure. So you find a piece of furniture. You take a look at it. It looks fairly normal. Actually looks to be in fairly decent condition. You know, you're not seeing many, or actually any scuff marks or, you know, cuts on it. It's not highest quality, but, you know, it serves as a table, although you feel like you've seen the table 100 times before by now.
Yeah.
And you cast No Age on it.
It's accurate to the nearest year.
You get back an error code, like as if you divided by 0, or as if, you know, it exceeded the limits of your calculator. You're getting some weird error. It's like, huh?
So Van gets a result in hexadecimal.
Yeah.
You get a Windows error window when if you
Van just blue screens and falls over.
No, he gets an error window, and if he clicks on the X, it just appears again.
Yeah, Van's spell fails to compile.
Yeah.
Also, that's an important point. We also Van also discovered the furniture and all the buildings seem to be the same, as if someone took a fairly.
Imagine like somebody has a preset of built stuff in Minecraft,
preset.
and they just like paste it in all of the places that they're building.
Yeah, it's not the exact same table in every building, but there's a few tables.
Yeah.
You just keep running across, and the chairs are all very similar, and you know the keeps had the same arrangement of weapons and armor, and just you know the same number of weapons and armor kind of hanging in places, and it all just there's something unsettling about this.
So,
what do you tell people about the No Age spell?
I think Van just makes a sound like that Windows XP error. It's like a weird sound comes out of his mouth, like a pop-up.
What was that?
No, Van just says, the error code. The error code got me. I was expecting something ridiculous, like this table is 2 days old. I wasn't expecting you get an error code. Van says, I didn't get a reply. The spell failed somehow, as though it gave me an answer, but the answer was nonsense. It was gibberish. As though almost like there is no age to read for this table.
Yes, maybe the table has no age. It is in a constant or something. I don't know. You know, it has never been created and is.
It could just be old
created?
to the point of a pre. I don't know. I do not know.
Oh, my head starts to.
Yeah, it could be that human measurements of time are considered invalid in this plane.
Anyway, Van, do you have a minute?
Sure.
And I take him to the side, maybe to one of the water barrels, and of the full water barrels, and open it. Look at yourself.
Okay. Van looks at himself. What do I see?
I don't know. You got like a little bit of acne on your face. It's been a long time since you've had some, and your skin looks like it could use some pumice scrubbing. Just a little flaky. Oh, you've got dandruff. What the hell? When have you ever had dandruff?
You're also constantly scratching yourself, and maybe I'm waiting for a minute and just catching his hand. See, stop it.
Yeah, I guess you're noticing that your head's been a little bit itchy, and you know your skin just kind of feels dry and flaky, and you got to keep brushing it off of you.
I don't suppose there's lice, shadow plane lice.
How would you get lice on an open field while traveling?
I don't know, sleeping on the ground. We've been to a lot of different locations, kind.
Then I have a suspicion. Anyway, I have to check something out. Keep yourself safe. and
Sure.
Kine is heading to the same guy he equipped with that was possessed, and he was one of the two he equipped with spears. He's going to him, and he inspected him on the travels. He's going to inspect him again and see
One
if
of the
something.
possessed people?
Yeah, the same guy. I expected one of them during the
Mhm.
travels, and I now will inspect him again. I think he was one of the first that was possessed.
Looks fairly normal.
Mm.
Seems a little uncomfortable when you walk over and start inspecting him.
And just going up to him. Do you feel any different from a few days or weeks before? I mean, I don't know how long it's been, but
Yeah, I feel pretty different. I feel like I've walked across half the earth and I've seen my friends starving and people eating each other, and I haven't sweat in ages, and I haven't felt the wind on my face, and I haven't had anything to eat or drink, and I'm not quite hungry, but I've got this hunger in me, although I don't feel the need to eat, and it's just like a really awkward place, and it's so quiet, there's no sound. Yeah, I'm feeling strange. Definitely feeling weird.
you notice anything different with your body? Maybe.
I mean, I've already gone through puberty. I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, from before we got here, before we got to this place, before that creature entered you. I'm just asking to
I
make sure that.
I feel like I'm a little bit more fit. Haven't eaten any carbs in like a month and been hiking. I feel like I'm in pretty good condition. My hands are a little calloused. I think I'm kind of hot stuff right now, actually.
Don't get overconfident, but good to know
Oh.
nothing bad is happening. A pat on the shoulder, confidently, and weird.
The people spread out through the town of Heatstroke, looking around for this thing or that thing.
We made sure. I think we would gather the knights or something. Make sure we go to the keep first, and make sure nobody goes to the pyramid.
So are you keeping all the people together, or are you letting the people scavenge stuff?
He's going to mention that there were enemies inside of Shirebrook. There's no reason to believe that Heatstroke is any safer.
Okay. All right. So the remaining 94 people gather together. 95 people, I'm sorry, plus the two of you. Gather together and start making for the keep in town. Now, none of you have ever been to Heatstroke before, so it's kind of some guesswork looking for it. The pyramid dominates the skyline.
Yeah.
And you make your way around looking for some sort of keep. But after a couple hours of scouring the town, you don't find a keep anywhere.
Okay, so Van's gonna talk to Mother Elise and say, "Do you know anything about this? I've never been to Heatstroke myself. Is the keep in the temple, perhaps?"
She shakes her head slightly, saying, I don't know. I've never been here before.
I look to the knights and nobles. Do you know anything about Heatstroke? You've ever been here?
They shake their heads. Never been this far north before.
Well, if there's no keep, and Kine looks to the pyramid, maybe you should go to the temple carefully.
I don't think we have much other choice.
There's a mild cry coming out from near the back of the large group of peasants. Apparently, another person, this time not quite as elderly, it was a woman in her 50s, has succumbed to starvation. Has not dead yet, but has just collapsed on the ground and just has no more energy left in her.
Well, we don't have time to wait around. We have to keep moving. Maybe we're going to find something inside of the temple.
So, the pyramid is fairly tall. It's maybe 400 feet on a side and maybe 250 feet tall. There are steps leading up the ocean side of it that go all the way up towards the very top, where it looks like there is some sort of room inside of the very top of the pyramid. Along the way, there are other doors and entrances to go inside the pyramid proper.
So we can just go straight to the top of the pyramid up the staircase?
Yep.
Okay, so Van, how long would it take us to walk up these stairs? Like, at a quick estimate. I just need to know if we get there within half an hour.
Oh, easily. It's like 250 feet, so...
So Van's going to stop the people then and pull out his chessboard. And he's going to cast Augury and ask what will happen to us if we ascend to the top of the pyramid. I think it's a 70% chance for me to get a relevant answer.
Okay, why don't you roll it?
If it fails, there's just no response. So I want low.
Come on.
Nope.
Ooh.
Let me make sure that I'm right there, but I'm pretty sure that it does have a chance to fail. Augury. Oh, okay. So it's 70% base plus 1% for every level. So it's at 77%, which is still a fail for me.
Okay. So, looking to Van, his chessboard. Anything?
I didn't get a response. I don't know if it's like earlier when I wasn't able to determine the age, but
Okay.
Auguries don't always give relevant answers. It might just be related to that.
Okay, and the best would be if all people without arms would stay here. Maybe Mother Elise and a few people.
People have been losing arms. Van starts like looking around at the people.
Everyone has their arms.
Okay.
Van weapons.
Oh, right, of course.
Anyway, I don't know. I look to the knights. Who should stay behind and guard the people?
Bretta and Kugler are going to stay behind and keep an eye on the people. Mother Elise volunteers to ascend with you to the top. And I think the two town guards, Julius and Ethel, are going to stay behind as well.
Okay, so we have Elise, the knights, Kine, and Van.
Mother, whatever.
The knights were planning on staying back, but if you want them to come up with you, they can.
Yeah,
I think one of the knights should come with us in case something dangerous is up there, and we need help. And I got Mother Elise. Mother, what you said you have a bad feeling. If there's some creature up there, you should probably stay down with the people.
This is the holiest site in all of Eridon.
You said
you will need my help.
Just stay toward the back, Elise. You have no armor to protect you.
I have my faith.
Your faith can't help you against a monster's claws. Not alone. What kind of magic do you have right now that could help us?
She looks at you for a moment with that sort of, who are you to question me and ask what I have? And then just kind of shakes her head and begins to ascend the staircase.
Yep, Van walks alongside her.
Okay, so we take... How many people have arms? We have... How many spears?
I think... I don't really want to bring a bunch of, like, random people in with us. That's why I wanted the knights, because the knights know how to fight. If we have armed peasants and two town guards, I think they can keep themselves safe if the real danger is inside of the temple. That's why I was hoping the knights would come with us.
We don't know what is up there, so Kine would, or at least I would try to get on the safe side. And
right, my concern is that a bunch of untrained peasants might be more dangerous than helpful.
Depends. Maybe you should send someone up to scout the place.
Mother Elise turns to you with a glare and says, "You would send someone else into mortal danger before you're going yourself? What sort of coward are you?"
I did not say someone else. I said
I will
someone.
scout the danger then. Let the 78-year-old woman climb the pyramid first. She walks off with a huff.
I roll my eyes and mention to... How many spears do we have?
32.
32? So I would say 16 of the spearmen with us and maybe 10 people with javelins. And mention them to come with us.
I mean, most of your spearmen are starving. They're malnourished. They haven't eaten in like a month-ish. I mean, people are dying, so it's somewhere near a month or between 3 to 5 weeks.
Then I would say...
Wait. So, look, what's our current head count going up this temple? We have Elise, Van. Do we have both knights?
That's up to you guys. One of them wants to stay behind.
Okay, I'd say we take Dickie with us. Classic Dickie should come with
Sure.
us.
He kisses his wife goodbye.
Okay.
I would say give. I mean, how many people are possessed? We marked them right now.
The possessed people?
Yeah.
There are 21.
So I would say take 16 people with spears with us. The ones who are in best condition, or if they are not enough, give those who are possessed spears and armor, and take them with us.
And leave everyone else down here defenseless?
Well, there are still 16 people with spears and armor, and 13 people with javelins.
Yes, 13 half-starved, well, 3/4 starved people. You really think they can defend themselves against
If
anything?
Fine, we're halfway up the stairs. Come on.
I'm just taking the people over. If Mother Elise had a bad feeling about this place, whatever is here, the most dangerous thing is probably in or up the pyramid. So you are probably safer than we are. And with that, he hurries up with the people in tow.
So who's coming up the pyramid? I need an exact head count and exactly who's coming
It's
up.
Elise, Van. I know Dickie's there. If we don't get both knights, I'd rather take one of the town guards then. So leave a knight and a town guard down there. I wanted the knights, but if one of the knights wants to stay, I'd rather take one town guard.
Okay, so Dickie,
Elise,
Van, and Kine.
16 people with spears and armor.
We're agreed on you're taking 16 spearmen.
Whoever has armor on them, you decide. And 10 people with javelins.
Okay, I just want to make sure everyone's agreeing on these things.
And three. What about the crossbowmen? Three of the crossbowmen. So half. Our forces are half.
Okay, so it's Van, Kine, Dickie, Mother Elise, 16 spearmen, and 3 crossbowmen.
How many are left down there?
3 crossbowmen and 10 javelin people.
How many spearmen are left downstairs? If we take
16.
Okay, sweet. Okay.
No, there are.
You said
there's 32 spears. So there'll be 16 spearmen down there.
Okay.
Fighting while starved, so with pretty
if
severe
any of the
penalties
possessed
to
ones
hit
are
and
coming
AC
If
damage.
any of the possessed ones are coming up, Van's gonna send them back down, so they actually have a well-nourished fighter down there.
Okay, so your starved spearmen are going to fight with penalties to AC, hit, and damage. Crossbowmen don't have any penalties to those things. Javeliners that are starved are going to have penalties to AC, hit, and damage as well.
Okay, and we hurry up, and I would make sure that Mother Elise is at least in the middle, not in the front.
Well, she set off while the rest of you were still trying to organize who's coming up.
Staircase with her.
Yeah.
So
Van Helsing and Mother Elise are most of the way up by the time Kine gets the spearmen and crossbowmen sorted out and sets up after them.
Okay.
All right. When we're nearing the top, Van will stop her and say we should at least wait for the rest of them to show up. I'd rather not march alone.
She's exhausted. She also is starving. Looks as thin as she's got to be weighing like 80 or.
I gave her one of the days
90
of rations,
pounds.
right?
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
But she's still in a pretty terrible condition.
Mm-hmm.
She looks back as Van and Kine and the others are climbing the stairs and says, "It's so sad to see people so self-centered."
It's a dangerous time. I don't think anyone wants to die here.
It takes. She looks directly at you. True heroes to save the people from the dangers of the world. People who are willing to risk their lives instead of risk others. I am glad to see that you're along with us, Van Helsing. You may not be a follower of Astaire, but I am very proud of you nonetheless.
You humble me, Mother Elise.
By the way, Jeeves is left down there, I think, right?
Yes.
He is to protect them. He has his glowing dagger.
Okay. Eventually, Your 16 spearmen, 3 crossbowmen, 10 javeliners, Dicky and Kine make it up towards the maybe 3/4 of the way up. You guys can see the building. It's not really a building, but the structure at the very top of the pyramid is not super large. It's maybe 20 by 20. It's not a really big thing. It seems to be a single-chambered room. You can see the large bronze, well, you're assuming bronze, the large metallic doors in the front. There's a little bit of an overhang propped up by Corinthian columns. All of this is made out of some sort of like sandstone rock. Large blocks that have been carved and dragged here. The steps are carved in it at nice even intervals, making it not quite so difficult to climb.
Okay. How far away are we from the top again?
Maybe 40, 50 feet.
Okay.
Well, not much to do besides open the doors.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think Van's going to try and get everyone to like take the sides of the doors so that we're not all like standing directly in front of them when they open, because some things will spew gaseous materials outside of entrances. It could be quite devastating if we were all directly in its line of sight as we open the door.
Right.
Kine is taking out his bow just in case.
As you're all making your preparations and telling people, you go to this side, you go to that side, Kine's stringing his bow, you notice that there is a thin mist beginning to flow down from the top of the pyramid and kind of hugging the sides, slowly rolling down.
I kind of step in front of Mother Elise.
So it's like a mist that envelops the top of the pyramid?
Like if you have a fog machine and it just kind of starts creating little bits of fog that comes out and then it like hits the edge of a block and then rolls down and starts to kind of...
Right, is it going all around though? Like all over the pyramid?
Yeah, it seems to be flowing on all sides that you can see.
Okay.
Are we in position to open the doors?
No, you're still like 40 feet down. You're organizing people and telling them where to go when you start to see this mist.
I mentioned the crossbowmen to get ready to fire if something comes out.
Okay.
And half step in front of Mother Elise just in case something happens.
Okay. You guys begin your final ascent to the very top of the pyramid. And as you approach, you notice that there is a dim red light pouring out from the cracks along the doors. This is the first time you've seen color in God knows how long.
Something is weird here. There shouldn't be any color. No light.
Whether it should be here or not makes no difference. Either way, it's there.
Okay, everyone get ready.
Take to the sides, and Van's going to go to the door, and he's going to like push it open and move to the side as he does.
And Kine and the crossbowmen get some distance to the door. Get ready too.
Well, there's not really any distance to the door, right? Like if you're too far away from the door, you're down a block, and then you can't really see in. So there's not much room for crossbowmen to like aim inside the room. You have to be up at the same level. The blocks of the pyramid are quite high. They're like 6 feet high. So you need to be actually on the level next to the door to be able to see.
How big is this door, by the way?
It's a set of double doors, so maybe like an 8-foot wide opening. Maybe 8 feet tall.
So Van's just going to open one side of those doors when he.
We will probably go and cover. So like we going onto one of the blocks that is down from the door one, then go and cover behind it, and I try to keep Mother Elise behind us. So whatever is in there, I will not lose another spellcaster here.
As you push open the door, Van, you see inside.
I do go off to the side as it's like swinging open. So I'm like peering in with my face with everything else behind the wall.
There is a swirling red eddy with a heart of black that churns on the far wall of the opened area. Eddy.
Can you describe this appearance for me?
Kind of like a whirlpool with a dark center and red spiral arms coming off of it.
Okay. And so it's basically just like a vortex inside of this room.
Yes. And out of it, ejected through this turbulent whirlpool, come a trio of small, like 5 feet tall, winged imp-like creatures with smoke roiling off of them.
Smoke methods?
Smoke mephits.
I've seen these things before.
Stepping through behind the smoke mephits are a trio of 6-legged dark blue panthers with tentacles coming off of their shoulder blades.
Displacer beast, yeah.
And following them are 3 of the largest spiders you have ever seen.
Okay, so Van is going to grab the door and swing it back closed.
Well, let's roll initiative. That's what we should do.
I mean, when I see these things come out, can I not just like swing the door that I just opened shut?
Can the
Yeah, probably.
Can the crossbowmen get shots off before because I readied them?
I mean, I might get myself in the way to be shot by a crossbow bolt, but
right,
in the end,
so
like, the important thing is that Van is shutting this door.
The crossbowmen can't see this. No one down on the lower level can see this because the block's like 6 feet high. There's a staircase and then a walkway and then the room and the portal's on the far side of the room. So the crossbowmen down here have no idea. The only people who can see inside the room are Van. And Van. And Van.
Yeah. So Van is like swinging. You said I need to roll initiative?
Yeah. I think you can call to people, let them know that something is happening, but everyone else sees nothing.
Okay. So I rolled a 6, and Van's just shouting, nope, 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 and like shutting this door. And he says, go down the stairs, down the stairs.
Okay. We're just going to do groups initiative. So you do go first. Okay. You can shut the door.
Yep, and Van just starts gesturing to people like, down the stairs, down the stairs.
What is happening?
Okay, so you said that there were 6 displacer beasts.
No, three of each. 3 smoke mephits, displacer beasts, and some sort of large spider that you're not familiar with.
Okay, and you said like the biggest spiders I've ever seen, because I've seen some big spiders.
I think they're the biggest spiders you've ever seen.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they're the biggest spiders you've ever seen.
They're either do they look different, like significantly different from the ones that we encountered before? Like, do they look different in marking and not just size?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. So they're probably something real bad, like sword spiders or phase spiders. Then,
what do they look like? If they look different, what do they look like?
They have well, you can't see them yet, so don't worry about it.
Okay.
We'll worry about that when you can see them. So Van calls everyone to run down.
Yeah.
And the peasants take no time in heeding your orders and run down the stairs.
Yeah.
Or run down the
Van's
pyramid.
just, like, going down the stairs, like gesturing for people to follow. Like, come on, down, down, down.
All right. Yeah. Everyone goes. Mother Elise is coming down the staircase, but she's old and her knees hurt and she's starving. So, she's coming down at like 1/3 movement rate, hobbling down the staircase.
Yeah, if Van like runs past her, he's gonna like grab onto her and like help her go down.
Okay. If you're sticking with her, you guys are going to be behind everyone else that's fleeing down the staircase. She cannot keep up with people.
You said that she's going at 1/3.
Going down the staircase, yeah. I mean, you've seen like really old people trying to go down staircases.
Van picks her up and carries her down.
Ooh.
I'm unencumbered, so I'm probably going to drop down to like 6, which is still faster.
Let's see. Mother Elise.
You said she was like 80 or 90 pounds at this point.
I'm just double checking those weights. Yeah, about 80 or 90 pounds. She's a tall woman. And she's down to, let's say 90, because she's like 6'1". But she's also hasn't eaten in 3 weeks or 4 weeks, so that seems about right.
So 80. So if it's going off 80 pounds, I'm at 69. So that brings me up to 149. So I'd be in medium encumbrance, but below heavy.
Go. So you can move at half movement right then.
Okay. So Van picks her up and just carries her down the staircase.
All right. Is anyone else moving at half movement to keep up with Van or to keep down with Van?
What does the knight do? Does he keep up with us, or is he just running?
The knight is waiting. The knight is standing behind, being the last one to come down the staircase, like a true.
I motion him to follow Van and Kine. I would try to keep the crossbowmen in front of us, with us.
They're running. All the people are running. When Van said run, everyone ran down.
Okay, then I will just motion to the knight to keep up to.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere. He's sticking with you guys. He's going to be the last person down, unless one of you insists on being the last person down.
And I will look back from time to time.
Okay. The doors burst open, and the mephits, displacer beasts, and spiders begin to pour down the side of the pyramid.
Shit. I thought it was a push open door. That's why I was hoping that they wouldn't be able to pull it back open.
Let's roll initiative for the next round.
Okay.
I will shout to the spearman to get in position.
Yeah,
they're pretty far down the pyramid already, and
I can
sort of
shout.
running.
I mean,
you can shout, yeah. But I'm saying they're already well below you, since you guys are moving at half rate, and they're moving at more than full rate. Okay.
So Van's going to start shouting, "Make a formation! They're coming down. We're going to have to fight."
Okay, so like usual, Van's going to roll for the party, Kind's going to roll for the NPCs, I'll roll for the monsters, and we'll start the battle on the other side of our break. See you guys in a few minutes.